Hello trainers, Kaneto here, and today we're having Shadow Dragonite into Open Great League with a lot of wins coming up on this video. I'm having a few losses as well, but of course the wins are gonna be absolutely amazing when they are gonna be fulfilled by Shadow Dragonite. So right here against the Pelipper, I'm pretty glad that I'm gonna encounter it with my Noctowl. We're having a heavy Pokemon up against the Pelipper, just gonna sacrifice one shield because it seems like they are getting to a hurricane. However, it was the weather ball, and right after I can of course expect the weather ball for the third time, fourth time, totally lost count here, and I'm just gonna have a lot of energy on that Deoxys. Gonna get to the Sky Attack just for the bait, they are gonna fall for it, and now we're having the Shadow Ball for big damage on the Deoxys. Look at that super effective damage before we go down, pretty wonderful done here by my Pokemon, and now of course we got to block the next move. However, I decide to take it because it seems like they're having just a Thunderbolt. My Deoxys now can definitely go in, start farming down some crucial energy, and now whatever they throw can easily be taken. I know that from the start of the battle they had a Bomb Snow, so that my Dragonite would be kinda bad on the situation. However, here as you can already see, we are not having at all the Psycho Boost, but instead the Rock Slide, which can deal super effective damage to that Abomas now, and definitely gonna grab for us this amazing win. Shadow Swampert in the next one with the Deoxys up on the lead. Hydro Cannon can be taken but not the Earthquake. However, they're gonna go for the Hydro, then switch out to that Noctowl of their own, trying to catch a Thunderbolt or a Psycho Boost. I don't know what the plan was, but still we're having a Rock Slide, which is gonna be absolutely wonderful for us. Overall, Swampert is not the best lead for our lead Pokemon, for our Deoxys, because whatever they throw is gonna be absolutely resisted, while they can assume that we have Psycho Boost, and of course our counters are gonna do the remaining of the work. At the back they have a Flyer of their own, the second one, the Altaria, so double Flyer against double Flyer with a bad lead towards our side. Who can absolutely win this? Because all I want to do here is to go in with the Deoxys, try to pressure for that double shield, because with shields down my Shadow Dragonite, as it seems, might go to town. So let's see how they want to respond, because Sky Attack is imminent and now we can definitely out farm them down. Down they go. Swampert now has nothing to throw. With two shields up, my Dragonite is gonna be in a very good spot, and that's why they top left this battle. Horrible lead scenario against that Revenant, and we have to bail out to that Noctowl. Of course, we're gonna bait out something like a Basadon, and you might think that this is super bad. Well, it is, but obviously this is gonna be the plan. We want to bait out that Basadon they might have at the back, so that my Dragonite is gonna be on a much safer spot overall. And of course, seeing my Noctowl, they are never gonna expect the Dragonite at the back, so going down to the Smackdowns, and now Deoxys is going in. Seems like they are gonna switch out as well, which is a pretty wise choice, and now we're gonna go in there with our Dragonite. The battle is not over yet, we still need to go through that Trevenant, and to be honest this is getting super close, so I'm just gonna go with the Dragon Claw. We have to go for that extra mile and try to farm down completely this Basadon while we can get out of here with a lot of energy. However, at the back there is gonna be the Drapion, and as I'm trying to get here to a double Dragon Claw, I believe that they have to sacrifice those shields. With the shields down, perhaps now my Rock Slide might connect for lethal damage against that Drapion. So let's see trainers, can we beat them down, because Rock Slide is already here. However, they can survive with 1 HP, and that was a bummer. At any point, if one Dragon Breath could pass through, well, that would have been an easy victory, but it turns out that IVs really matter, and for them it mattered a little bit more than mine. So yeah, absolutely well played to my opponent, but we had the win con, and in the end it didn't even matter, because yeah, 1 HP and a dream for the Shadow Drapion. Anyways, into the next one now with the Noctowl up on the lead, and you know what, I will try to catch the final Sky Attack on my Noctowl, because it is gonna be an ABB team style, and we want to use our Noctowl as a punching bag, because we can absolutely take whatever they throw, and we want to bait out of there that Basadon that they might have at the back. Instead, they have a Medicham at the back, and you know what, I'm just gonna go in now with my Deoxys because Dragonite seems like a fair choice overall against their line. If they have a fighter like Medicham at the back, perhaps we can expect a double fighting. I was running a team like this, and it's absolutely amazing if you can use the Medicham correctly as your safe switch. And we stand correct because at the back they have their Surfetched, and this looking pretty promising for my Dragonite. Trying to get now to another run before they reach to the next Night Slash. We do not like that at all, and those counters are still gonna hurt us. So as it seems, they're having the return of the Noctowl, and even if they went in there with a Medicham, the outcome could have been the same because both of those Pokemon were energy dry, and we can sweep them with our Dragonite. Into the next one now with the Ninetales upon the lead, and without a Rock Slide, this matchup is a loss, I believe, for the Deoxys. So with Rock Slide, we can get that super effective damage on that Pokemon, so we're looking pretty solid. I like this lead, especially when we have a double flying, and yeah, Deoxys is just gonna pull off the anti-flyer roll here, since we can just go ahead and spam those Rock Slides to the victory, protecting our backline from whatever they might have. However, this trainer decides to go for the double shield on the Alolan Ninetales, which is a pretty cool move by them, but still, how could they know my line? Anyways, gonna reach now to the Sky Attack, and they back out because we're having a Flyer and 2 shields, while they most probably have something like a double grass at the back. So yeah, this is gonna be a very devastating win for us. Into the next one now, and we're having kind of a weird lead up against that Bastiodon, and of course we're met up with a Tropius on the switch, not gonna throw, and of course we're gonna farm down. I believe they want to have more energy to farm with a Bastiodon, which makes kinda sense to be honest, but still those back-to-back Shadow Balls are kinda gonna hurt the Bastiodon over time. Look at how easy it is for us to get there to that final Shadow Ball, and let's get it already at the 50% and one more to put it below that half HP limit. And now my Deoxys can go in, tank that energy, while I still have my Dragonite for the end game. And as always, alongside Bastiodon, there has to be something like a Shadow Victory Bell. So yeah, they got Algorithm, well played to them, but they had no chance, only due to team's alignment. So if you're having a weird lead like this one, the Trevenant, like we saw before, you have to rotate around your Noctowl. Obviously, Noctowl is gonna be your main way to go against a Trevenant, but still Dragonite is gonna pull off a lot of pressure with those Dragon Breaths, even against a threat like the Trevenant. However, on this scenario, we're having not only the Trevenant upon the lead, but a very bad switch as well on the face of this Registeel. So at this point, we're gonna reach on this last second Sky Attack, and we can take that shield out of play as they're trying to go for the complete farm down. I don't care at all. Registeel now can go in, excuse me, the Deoxys now can go in and start doing some solid work with the farm down. With that Focus Blast, I'm pretty sure we can switch out to the Dragonite and rely on it for the final outcome of the game. However, they end up having a second Steel type at the back, which is a bummer, but to be honest, we got 2 shields, they have 1, and I can easily go here for the double superpower. 1 for the shield, 1 for the knockout. Let's see how they want to play this. Gonna call the bait, but it was no bait at all. Now we can reach to the Dragon Claw for big damage even when we are debuffed, and another one on the CMP. They have to throw a move here. It has to be a Shadow Ball, otherwise they're gonna go down to my Dragon Breaths. It is gonna be the Shadow Ball after all, and we have the move ready to go with the Rock Slide after a very bad lead, a very bad switch, and of course we're having a very bad closing part against that Galarian Stunfisk as well, but we still pull through that victory, and that was amazing. Into the next one now with that Leaky Tank, and I do not like my odds here. That Leak is doing super effective damage. We do not have Psycho Boost, but it doesn't matter. Still, with this moveset, we can do a lot of pressure in combination with those counters. Noctowl going in, and I believe that we're having the upper hand here, and because they're staying in, it makes me think that they might have something like a Hyper Beam, but then they're going with back-to-back moves, and perhaps they're getting super weak to my Noctowl in total. So I'm just gonna go here for another move, this time for my my Sky Attack because as it seems it is getting kinda weird and I do not want to have no HP at all for the next Pokemon. It seems like they're weak at the back, so having some HP preserved on my Pokemon might be the key over here. Medicham has to take those Sky Attacks. What do you have at the back, trainer? Down they go. It is gonna be the double fighting line, and of course the double flyer with Shadow Dragonite will emerge victorious once again. Thank you for watching, trainers. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and if you want to support even more, well, joining as a member can always help with that matter. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers.